Good evening, everybody, and welcome to We Meditate's Tuesday evening meditation session. My name is Gabriel, and we have Sander Nottenberg from Belgium today with us, and he will be leading the meditation afterwards. So, the topic for today is Sat, Chit, Anand. Now, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time with us, We Meditate is a meditation practice that employs Sahaja Yoga meditation. And Sahaja Yoga meditation, for those who you don't know, it's been around for about 50 years and it employs a practice of spontaneous simple meditation that doesn't require excessive stress or effort to realize a state known as self-realization and a place known as thoughtless awareness. And in this meditation, we create a close dialogue and relationship with a maternal energy within our sacrum bone, known as the Kundalini. And when we activate and become nourished by this internal energy, we can bring into equilibrium and order our subtle energy system, also known as the subtle system. Now, the subtle system, just a quick recap, is composed of 7 major chakras and 3 vertical channels. And these 3 vertical channels represent within us, if we use an analogy, the acceleration, brake, and I would say clutch as the middle channel that we have. And throughout our day-to-day life, we use these 3 vertical channels and the 7 chakras in our day-to-day business and behavior. And through any external stimuli, these chakras and channels might become off balance. And it's with meditation and with the activation of that inner potential dormant energy, we can bring our attention back inside that is overly stressed out and stretched out in our surroundings, bring it within and raise it through the channels, through the 7 chakras and to the top of the head, where that self-realization, that self-actualization takes place. Now, for our today's topic, as I mentioned before, it is Sat, Chit, Anand. These are 3 very specific Sanskrit terms used in relation to a chakra within our body. It is the heart chakra, but specifically our left heart chakra. And if you've been with us before, we often start our initial meditation by placing the hand here on the left side of our chest. And here we use the affirmation to work and awaken the awareness of our spirit within us, the awareness of our true self. Now, at first hand, these might seem like very nebulous concepts, quite abstract. And it's true. It is only with the intimate experience of that energy that's inside, within all of us and within any living and non-living organisms, that we can really approach a small understanding of really what that spirit or true self is. But in the subcontinent in India, there's been already a yogic tradition going back many thousands of years. And these seekers of the light, seekers of the truth, have come up with a 3-fold form of the spirit. That is truth, Sat, awareness, Chit, and joy, Anand. And these 3 together create the reality of what we can understand as the spirit. And it is essentially these 3-fold form that we try to approach and understand in our meditation. But it is, and it should not be a mechanical procedure, but it's a procedure that is spontaneous. It's a procedure where we just try to place our attention on these qualities, that we can bring them forward and foster them within ourselves. And the heart is a very special place, because as we know, it supports the cardiovascular system, which is extremely important in supplying blood, oxygen, and nutrients throughout the body. And without this extremely important organ, the rest of our body would cease from functioning. Therefore, it has an extremely central place and space within our body. If there isn't hierarchy, then that could be considered as one of the centers of that hierarchy. And when we try to meditate the first time, we often bring that attention over here, because it is only by truly trying to understand that essential spirit that's within all of us that we can also go beyond our mundane shells, our limited existence, and try to tap into that which is both within, without, and beyond. Now, that's almost a lot to say. But at the end of the day, as I said earlier, it is really the experience that counts and helps towards this understanding of the truth and the awareness and the bliss. And lastly, to really wrap it up, each of this threefold essence represents also the pinnacle of manifestation in each of the distinct channels. So, for example, our right side caters to our attention that goes around. It's our awareness. So when that becomes refined and distilled into its core essence, it's awareness. That's Chit. And on the other hand, the left side, the pinnacle of manifestation and the refined essence of the left side, when it reaches its finest point, it turns into joy. So we have Anand. And lastly, we have in the center channel the Susumna Nadi. And when we rise with and within this channel, that's when we really seek the truth. So when we have these three working in interplay and intertwining within our cell system, then we can truly form an understanding of that essential spirit and essential true self within us. And for today, we'll be going through two parts. We'll initially do a quick meditation to begin with that goes through waking certain chakras and centers within our body. And afterwards, we will also focus a bit more on the heart chakra and perhaps have some extra music towards the end of the session. So, Sander, would you like to take it from here?
Yeah. All right. So let's make sure, first of all, that we sit comfortably, that our attention cannot be taken by our own discomforts, that we don't put too much attention on any of the pains in our body. So let's just make sure that we are comfortable, first of all. Now, for this meditation to work, there's not so much that's needed, but the only thing that's really essential is really the desire to feel it, to really um, get this connection, to really start feeling this manifestation of the spirit Gabriel was mentioning before. So if the only thing that we really need to do for it to work is to really desire it as the first thing. Without that, there's no way. So let's first of all close our eyes for a moment. Let's keep our attention inside. If you are still thinking of what we are supposed to be doing after this, any kind of planning, or we're still pondering on what happened during the day before, let's really try to drop all of that out. At this point, nothing matters except the present moment. Now let's start by putting our hand on this very heart. As we said, the place of the spirit, of the Satchitananda. To start, we can ask ourselves the question, who am I really? What am I? What is my essence? Keeping your attention there on your heart, you can ask this question a few times. You can put it however you want, as long as you really make it sincere. Then we can lower our right hand to the left side of our abdomen. We can put all our attention there. Here we ask, am I my own master? Am I really in control of myself? My own doing, of my own thinking? Am I my own master? And we lower our right hand up to the place where our body meets our left leg, our left hip. This point is the center of pure knowledge, meaning the knowledge that is innate, the knowledge that is built inside of you. Now there is this energy built inside of us, which is called as Kundalini. It's a motherly energy that everyone possesses, although in most people it's dormant. But this caring motherly energy is there inside of us. We can just ask this energy, Kundalini energy, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me access to my inner knowledge. And try to repeat that a few times inside from your heart, very, very sincerely. Then we can raise our hand a little bit higher, again to left side of our abdomen. And here we confirm with confidence, I am my own master. I am my own guru. Then we put our hand on our heart again. And here we can confirm that I am the spirit. I am this pure awareness. I am the truth, attention, and joy. I am the spirit. Then we can put our right hand on the left side of our neck. And for this meditation to really work, for this Kundalini to rise properly, strongly, it's important that we see ourselves in a positive light. Due to society we grew up in, circumstances we grew up in, many different factors have made us believe that we have to feel guilty. But this is a very big lie. Guilt is something that weighs very heavily on us and keeps us down, and actually causes us to repeat the same mistakes that we feel guilty about. So let's really try to say it a few times, sincerely. Like a mantra. I am not guilty. I am not guilty. I may have made mistakes, but I accept them, I face them, and I learn from them. But I'm not guilty. Then we can put our hand on our forehead. This is the very last center. This Kundalini has to pass in order to really rise above, bring us into this state of meditation, give us this connection with the whole. But the center is a very difficult one to pass. And one of the main reasons it gets blocked is because our lack of forgiveness. So many sorrows in the world are caused because we are not able to forgive. While by not forgiving, we are most and foremost harming ourselves. Any hatred, any grudge we send out into the world bounces back and hits us the hardest. While forgiveness itself is a very strong weapon in its own right. So, keeping our attention here on the center of the forehead, we can repeat inside, I forgive, a few times. I forgive. I forgive everyone. Everyone who did me any harm or any of my loved ones. Anyone who I believe did wrong, I forgive them. And I forgive myself. And lastly, let's put the palm of our hand on the top of our head and slightly rotate the top of our head with our hand in clockwise direction. And this is the point where we just ask this Kundalini energy to rise and to give us this experience of self-realization. So we just ask, Kundalini energy, please give me my self-realization. Please let me experience true yoga, true connection. Please let me experience the self-realization. Then we can lift our hands a little bit above our head. Feel what's there. There might be a subtle breeze, can be warm or cool, on the top of our head. And let's bring back down our hand, but let's keep our attention there on the top of our head. And let's put our hand one more time on the heart. You say we want to experience self-realization. But what does that really mean? It means that self, this spirit, starts to manifest in us, can realize itself through us. And it also very subtly becomes part of our attention. It can be something very subtle to become aware of. Because it's depicted as flame, but without heat and without any flickering. Completely still. It's the witness inside of us who watches everything but does not have any reaction whatsoever. And if we start seeing those kind of qualities inside of us, we can watch the drama happening around us, but inside we are completely still. Then know that yourself starting to become realized inside of you. And this all starts with getting into the state of thoughtless awareness, where we go beyond the mind, where our brain is silent, motionless, but we are fully aware and watching what's happening. So, for just another moment, let's really try and dive as deep as we can into this state of thoughtlessness. And see if we can keep the gap between our thoughts as long as possible. Without trying too much. Just watch your thoughts and allow them to pass by without getting involved. And keeping your attention on the top of our head. So with both our hands open on our lap, and our attention there, we can stay in meditation for a little while longer. Then we can slowly open our eyes again. But we can try to, throughout the rest of the day or the night, really keep this state. So we don't just get up for meditation and forget all about it, but we really try to incorporate it into our day. We don't lose it. Because even when we are going about doing different things, we can actually keep to that state. We can keep this quiet mind, and you will notice if you manage that things will start flowing much easier, and actually everything, um, yeah, makes more sense.